Hamzah Sheeraz. What a performance he just put up against Edgar Berlanga. New weight division, coming off that Carlos Adames. Very disappointing performance, in my opinion. Wasn't the Hamzah Sheeraz we were used to seeing. Comes to New York, the backyard of Edgar Berlanga, and humiliates him. Honestly, that was unbelievable. Alright, if you didn't see the fight, let me run you through it, because it wasn't very long. First round, feeling each other out. Second round, much the same. Third round, both guys start to let their hands fly a little bit. We're seeing a little bit of work from Edgar Berlanga that looks good. We're seeing a little bit of action from Sheeraz that looks good. Round 4, we start to see Edgar Berlanga really trying to throw his hands. Hamzah Sheeraz also doing a bit of work. Last minute and a half of round 4, Hamzah Sheeraz pieces him up, drops Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga looks in a world of hurt, but he's slamming his hands together. He's ready. He gets back up. Hamzah Sheeraz came straight back at him and puts him on his ass a second time. This time, it looked like Edgar Berlanga was out, gone. Honestly, his facial expression and the way his legs collapsed, I thought, oh, his lights are out. He's knocked out. He's not getting back up. Lands on the floor, comes back to his senses, struggles to get off the ground. There's probably 18 seconds, 16 seconds, not even, left of the round. He gets up. He looks in a world of trouble. I don't know why the ref let it continue, but the ref, you okay? You okay? Tells Hamzah Sheeraz to get back up. He probably gave Edgar Berlanga a longer count than he should have, because by the time the action restarted, the round had ended, and I still think there was about 16 or 18 seconds when he first went down. So Edgar Berlanga, he gets back up, saved by the bell. They go back to their corners. We're thinking, is this going to be what Edgar Berlanga did against Canelo Alvarez? If you remember, he gets knocked down early from Canelo Alvarez, regroups himself, goes all 12 rounds, comes out. Edgar Berlanga, looking still wobbly on his feet. Hamzah Sheeraz comes in, just hits him with, I think it must have been three punches. A straight right, I think maybe a left hook, and maybe another right. I think the last right actually hit his shoulder and didn't land. The ref steps in and says, that's it. To be honest, I don't know why they were even in the 5th round. That second knockout in round 4 was so brutal, and Edgar Berlanga looked so dazed from it. I think that was the end of the fight. But Hamzah Sheeraz, I mean, I know I'm not the only one that doubted him. I know lots and lots of people doubted him. What we saw against that Carlos Adames, he should have had a loss. Coming into this one, he's moved up a weight division. He's up against a big hitter. I said in my preview that I thought Hamzah Sheeraz was going to win late stoppage. If not, he was going to win a comfortable unanimous decision. I thought that Hamzah Sheeraz was going to have to survive some big early rounds from Edgar Berlanga. It ends up being the other way around. Edgar Berlanga had to survive the rampaging hitting of Hamzah Sheeraz. And like Hamzah Sheeraz, he's a big, lanky person. He was really tall for middleweight. He's now gone up a division. This gives him a bit more meat to put on that skinny frame that he has. And I think we saw that power today, honestly. He hit him so hard with some of those punches. And you saw that Edgar Berlanga, in my opinion, is almost a light heavyweighter. He was first seeing somebody that was fighting his whole career up until this point at middleweight. Obviously, Hamzah Sheeraz has the size, and we saw that size and reach and power on full display today. Now, this makes Hamzah Sheeraz the mandatory WBC super middleweight challenger. What that means, we really don't know, because Canelo Alvarez, as you know, has all the belts, and he's got to take on he's going to take on Crawford in September. So we won't know till then. You wouldn't expect Hamzah Sheeraz to fight again for another sort of 6 months or so. But even at that point, the winner of, if it is Canelo probably won't be ready to fight anyway. So I would probably expect Hamzah Sheeraz to fight somebody else before making that step up for the title. Unless something wild happens. I mean, I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen with Canelo and Crawford. Who's going to win? Who's going to continue fighting? What each is going to do. We wouldn't be surprised if Crawford won and retired. That makes all those belts disperse. they're all up for grabs, different fights. So yeah, but I think that we just got to talk about how good Hamzah Sheeraz is. And I think we got to talk about Andy Lee as well. Now, Andy Lee's taken Hamzah Sheeraz under his wing for this fight. He's got Ben Whittaker in his stable. He's got Joseph Parker. Since taking both of those on, they've grown immensely, especially Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker, for a long time, was done and out of the heavyweight division. Not many people were giving him sort of thinking, nah, he's never going to become title holder. He's now number 3. I think he should be in there with Usyk, but Dubai got the shout. Joseph Parker's next. He's revitalized Joseph Parker. Took on Hamzah Sheeraz, who looked to really struggle as against Carlos Adames. Moved him up a weight, trained him hard in Ireland, got him away from the bright lights of LA, and they've taken over New York, because that is the talking point of the night. That is the fight of the night, no doubt. Shakur Stevenson, I spoke about in the previous video. If you haven't watched that, check that out. He put on an excellent performance. But this is unbelievable. This is what we expect to see from Hamzah Sheeraz. This is probably what we expected to see him do to the smaller man in Carlos Adames, but Edgar Berlanga pieced apart. And I think more than anything, all of a sudden, I think Edgar Berlanga's stock's going to fall way down. Hamzah Sheeraz is going to fly up, because now when we look at Edgar Berlanga's record, I mean, there's not a lot to go off there, is there? I mean, there's the knockout record of like first 16 fights, 16 wins, 16 knockouts. All of them in round 1. Went 12 rounds with Canelo, but we're talking about a Canelo that wasn't really at his peak and probably didn't put everything into that Edgar Berlanga fight. We're talking about he survived an early drop and then got a dominant loss in the unanimous decision. I mean, he's got good wins against Steve Rolls. So I think we've got to Edgar Berlanga really needs to go back to the drawing board. Maybe, like I said, maybe he is a light heavyweight fighter and he needs to go up and really just become a power puncher at light heavy. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But Hamzah Sheeraz, big congratulations to you. Honestly, that was a great night of fighting. I spoke about all the previous fights in the last video, so make sure you check that out. I'm going to try and make a video talking about yesterday's Madison Square Garden card. That's all from me. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, and I'm out of here. See yous!